Good afternoon and welcome into the Rewind Sports Network on KSLSports.com, as always presented by Heidemann and Associates. We're still here at Zions Bank Stadium bringing you all the action from the girls soccer semifinals. We're getting ready to kick off the 5A games now. And the first matchup at hand is the Brighton Bengals taking on the Bountiful Redhawks. I'm Alex Annapolis, and again, thank you for joining us here on the Rewind Sports Network. As always, presented by Heidemann and Associates. And we should have a fun matchup today between these two Region 5 sides, 5A sides. And so we'll have the designated home team in the Bountiful Redhawks, today sporting the black. And they'll be shooting to the left of your screen to start here in the first half. For the designated visiting Brighton Bengals, they'll be in the white, shooting to the right of your screen. Seconds away from kickoff here at Zions Bank as we get ready to start the 5A semifinals. It's going to be Brighton to kick us off, and we're underway. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the next 80 minutes of the beautiful game here at Zions Bank as the Brighton Bengals get the ball rolling. It's Isabella Dowdle who tries to play one through, gets to the foot of Jacob. Jacob now with an early opportunity, the shot saved by Williams. And Daisy Williams forced into an early save off that shot from the Bengals. Good opportunity right off the kickoff for Brighton to take the lead. But the senior goalkeeper, Daisy Williams, comes up big and comes up well for the Redhawks. The cross into the box. It'll just go out of bounds and out for the goal kick. A fun start, a good start here for Brighton as they get their first shot and test that Redhawk back line. And here comes Holbrook. That is out wide now to Oakley Jensen, who loses out possession. Kessler comes across. Ball up the pitch now to Winsler. Winsler with an opportunity here for the Bountiful Redhawk to try to play it out. She does. Micah Page trying to track that one down, but unfortunately goes out of bounds and out for the throw. Brian playing it in quickly. Down goes McFeeters. And the foul called over on the far side. Let's take a look at the matchup at hand. So for the designated visiting Brighton Bengals, they come to this one in the 8th seed of the RPI, 13-5 overall. They finished 3rd in Region 6 with an 8-4 record, 55 goals scored, 20 conceded on the year up to this point of the season as that ball is cleared out by the Bengals. They finished in 3rd behind Skyline and Olympus. Skyline, the defending champion in 5A, who is no longer in the tournament. And so we'll have a new champion in 5A. They got the first round bye, those Bengals. And then in the second round, they were able to take down the Kearns Cougars by a score of 5-0. And they were able to beat Spanish Fork 2-0 in the quarterfinal. And it's been a good bounce-back year for the Brighton Bengals. They finished 8-9 last season. And now with this 13-5 record and an appearance now in the semifinals, good bounce-back year for Brighton. This is the 6th-time girls soccer champion. Looking for another title. The last one came in 2013 for the Bengals. That shot from distance safely into the hands of Williams. Now let's take a look at the other side for the Bountiful Redhawks. They come to this one as the 5th seed in the RPI, 14-4 overall, 11-3. They finished 2nd in Region 5 with that 11-3 record, 62 goals scored on the season. for the Bountiful Redhawks. And look, this is a year about redemption and trying it again for Bountiful. Last season, they were eliminated in the finals by the Skyline Eagles. That game went all the way to the shootout, 0-0 after regulation, 0-0 after 2 overtimes. It ended up being decided from 12 yards out at the shootout here at Zions Bank Stadium a year ago, where Skyline were able to edge out the Bountiful Redhawks. And so, like I said, for the Redhawks, it's about redemption and having another shot at going for a state championship. They already have 4. They're looking for their 5th. The last one came in 2006. And looking to build off that championship appearance last year, with most of their core players returning this season as Holbrook plays it out. They got the first round bye, and they beat the Roy Royals 4-2 in the second round. In the last round of the quarterfinals, they tied 3-3 to Springville. That game went all the way to the shootout, where the Bountiful Redhawks were able to edge out Springville 6-5. And now have a shot here in the semifinals against Brighton. Here comes the Bengals. That ball goes out wide in the direction of Bella Dowdle, saved well by Daisy Williams. And another good opportunity for the Brighton Bengals as Dowdle uses that speed to get in behind the defense. Ball out of bounds now. Throw-in coming up for the Redhawks. Throw in for Bountiful over on the far side. It's Millie McFeeters to take. Brought down by Kessler. And now McFeeters winning it back. Bountiful in possession. That ball goes all the way back to Olivia Roberts. And now it's Page. Nice little bit of skill here from Bountiful as they're still in possession. Emmy Sorensen couldn't get it through. And now Holbrook plays it up the pitch. Kessler trying to win it back for Bountiful. Sorensen can't get a foot on it. Emmy Sorensen losing it out. And here comes Oakley Zenger for the Brighton Bengals. That ball played out wide. Opportunity for Brighton as it goes out of bounds and out. Nice defensive coverage from the Redhawks. Ball up to Elise Kessler. And it'll go out of bounds and out for the goal kick. Or excuse me, for the throw-in. Brian trying to win that one back. Out of bounds once again for another Bountiful throw. Brought down by the Redhawks. That ball all the way back to Holbrook. Into the middle now for Emmy Sorensen. Sorensen trying to play up to Elise Kessler. Holbrook stepping up from her center back position to make a play. Holbrook trying it, takes a deflection, and Mackenzie Smith will come across. And play it out for Brighton. Dowdle battling it out. Zenger is there as well. One back by Brighton. Here comes Oakley Zenger. Looking for Dowdle. And now Oakley Jensen comes across to clear it out. Throw-in coming up for Brighton here on the near side. Cambria Smith playing it in. One back by Bountiful. Nice there from Jensen to just boot it up and away. Brown coming across and making a play. That's Smith trying to stop Kessler. Kessler brought down. Heavy collision, but no call. The referee says play on. And we'll have a goal kick coming up for the Brighton Bengals. As Smith and Kessler came together. It's now Mackenzie Smith who will just boot it away and out. That ball lands in the middle of the park. Jensen gets a header on it, and now Brighton trying to win it back. Again, nothing there from the officials as the ball rolls to the Redhawks, comes off of Nellie Brown, and out for the throw-in. Going to be Redhawks throw. Here is Oakley Jensen on the near side to take. Brought down and out. Kessler battling it out against Smith once again. Kessler gets around Smith. Smith recovers, and then Brown comes across to make sure that that going to be played into the mix. Oh, Jensen now off of a Brighton Bengal, and so we'll have our corner kick. Corner kick coming up for the Bountiful Redhawks, their first of the afternoon. And a good set piece opportunity coming up for the Redhawks. The cross into the box, looking far post. The header from Bell Sorensen. That unfortunately just couldn't be redirected on frame. And that's going to be out for the goal kick. Ball played short and quickly as the Bengals try to play it out of the back. That's Zenger who let it roll and one back by the Redhawks. Here is Coco Hellowell. Hellowell trying to find Sorensen. Nice defensive effort from the Bengals. And it comes off of the hand. And so it's going to be a free kick for Bountiful off the handball. And an opportunity for Bountiful to float one through and see what they can do. Here comes the free kick. Floated towards the back post. Nice header there from Brown to clear it out. And a foot race now as looked like that was Farrer who just played it out. Or excuse me, that was Smith with the clearance. And now the shot from Hellowell bounces in front of Mackenzie Smith, and then Smith brings it down. Dangerous opportunity as Sorensen was running off of it. And Mackenzie Smith comes up huge for the Bengals. Out of bounds now, it's going to be thrown for Brighton. That's going to trickle all the way back to London Green. And now Green can settle it over on the far side, but can't keep it in bounds. I believe that was Sage Thurgood over there. Then I went for the Redhawks. Here comes Bountiful. Nice clearance as Paige Christensen coming across to try to clear that one out. Here comes Holbrook. Holbrook on the wing, the center back getting into the attack. The cross into the box. Sorensen is there, or Kessler's there. Sorensen the shot, saved by Smith. And another corner coming up for the Redhawks. Bountiful have been dangerously good to start this first half. And that one denied after the beautiful ball played through. And here comes the Red Hawk corner. The cross into the box. Far post. Takes the deflection, and it's going to be out for another corner. Once again, the Red Hawks have an opportunity with the set piece. And they'll continue to put that pressure on the Brighton back line. As Coco Hellowell heads over to the far side to take. Set piece opportunity. The cross into the box. The header Can't put it on frame. And it'll go out of bounds and out for the goal kick. Players to watch in this one. While both teams have had good opportunities, let's take a moment to talk about the players to watch. In this one, you got to keep an eye on Oakley Zenger for the Brighton Bengals. She has 11 goals, 6 assists up to this point of the season. Also got to keep an eye on Elena Jacob, who has 10 goals and 3 assists for Brighton. And Christensen, who's coming to this one with 8 goals and 3 assists. All for the Bengals. Players to watch for the Bountiful Redhawks. Got to keep an eye on Belle Sorensen, who's coming to this one with 16 goals and 6 assists. Got to keep an eye on number 12, Elise Kessler, who has 11 goals and 12 assists on the season. And one of the players with the most assists in the state of Utah, number 10, Coco Hellowell, who has 15 goals and 16 assists up to this point of the season. That trio attack for the Bountiful Redhawks is dangerously good. And those are the players to watch for both sides in this one. Jensen plays it in to Kessler with the shot. Can't redirect it on frame, but a good opportunity for Elise Kessler. She was looking for Mackenzie Smith's bottom corner. Out of bounds and out for the goal kick. That ball floated up and out by the Bengals. One back by Bountiful. Sorensen battling it out with London Green. Comes off of Green. And we'll have another corner kick coming up for the Redhawks. Looks like that's going to be Hellwell over on the far side to take. Set piece opportunity for the Redhawks. Hellwell. Low driven to the near post. Comes off of, it looked like Emmy Sorensen, and into the hands safely of Mackenzie Smith. And it takes a bounce and out. Jensen again. Throw in, cleared out by the Bengals. That was Brown who came across and got a boot on it. Jensen to throw it in. Brought down by Bountiful, and then Oakley Zenger now has an opportunity to break. Zenger coming the other way. That is up the pitch, finds the feet of Sydney Johnson, and then out. Paige Christensen brings it down. That ball filtered through and into the hands of Mackenzie Smith. Too much on the pass there from the Redhawks. Emmy Sorensen gets ahead on it in the middle of the park. Winsler trying to bring it down. Bengals winning out possession. This is Cambria Smith. Or excuse me, that's Elena Jacob. Jacob plays it through. Ball filtered on the far side. Nice foot race here as Millie McFeeder's trying to cover. And ultimately the shot from Shy Ferrer ends up in the hands of Daisy Williams. Williams will clear it out. Nicely won there by Brighton. Takes a bounce over Holbrook. And now out to Jensen. Oakley Jensen plays it up the pitch to Winsler. Winsler back to Holbrook. Holbrook just boots it away. And Green is there to recover for Brighton, only to find the head of a Bountiful Red Hawk. Here comes Coco Hellowell. Out now to Micah Page. It's a foot race. That Page can't win out. Nicely shielded there by Green. Throw-in coming up for the Bengals. 21:57 left to go here in the first. We're still tied at 0-0 between the Bountiful Redhawks and the Brighton Bengals. Both teams have had good opportunities to take the lead. There was the one early from Dowdle that forced Daisy Williams into a big save. And then Bountiful's had some good opportunities over here on their end. But so far, no breakthrough in the 5A, first game of the 5A semifinal. We'd like to remind you that we'll have one more game from Science Bank Stadium tonight. It's going to be the second game of the 5A semifinal between the Maple Mountain Eagles and the Olympus Titans. Johnson with a nice spin. Jensen now gets ahead on it to try to clear for the Redhawks. Winsler gets on the end of it. Ball filtered through to Sorensen. Nice step from Green, but it will not count as Bell Sorensen is flagged for the offside. Offside called against Bountiful, and so possession will return to the Brighton Bengals off the free kick. It's going to be Bailey Brown to take. Brown just boots it up and out in the direction of Shai Farrer. But it'll go out of bounds and out for the throw. Nice touch there from Sorensen, and here comes the Redhawks. That ball played back out to Sorensen. Can she get to it? A little too much there as Bell Sorensen can't get on the end of it and out for the goal kick. That'll land at Elena Jacob. Jacob trying to win back possession. Still Jacob, and now she has it. Elena Jacob for Brighton as they try to break. Zanger now trying to win it with her head. Still Zanger. Brings it down now. Brighton on the attack. Zanger, nice interception there from Holbrook. And cleared out by Kate Holbrook. Throw-in coming up for the Bengals as it's Cambria Smith here on the near side to take. Plays the ball through. It's Lucy Nelson who gets on the end of it. Crossed over. Shai Farrer battling it out against Micah Page for possession. Page comes down with it. McFeeters losing it out. Here comes the Bengals with Nelson near the top of the box. McFeeters comes across, and Millie McFeeters clears for the Redhawks. Nice defensive effort from Millie. And then Brighton recover. Here come the Bengals on the attack. Nice step from Olivia Roberts. Played up the pitch now by Hellowell. Hellowell up the sideline to Page. Micah Page trying to use her speed to make sure that one stays in bound and see if she can get a cross in. Comes off of the Bengal defender. Looked like that was London Green over there on the coverage. And he'll go out of bounds now for the throw. Hellowell playing it in. The cross into the box. Sorensen's there. Cleared out. Cambria Smith came across to play it up, and now Bountiful still on the attack. Oakley Zenger does a good job to win it back. Jacob. Smith. Jensen recovers. Brought down by Hellowell. Headed out by the Brighton defenders, and still an opportunity as Winsler wins it back. Hellowell will try it from distance and into the hands of Mackenzie Smith. Calm, cool, and collected there from Smith. Yeah, she makes the save comfortably off the shot from distance from Hellowell. Here comes Hellowell again in possession to Kessler. Elise Kessler trying to pull one through to Sorensen. It lands now at Jacob. Johnson. Sydney Johnson settles it, leaves it off for Christensen. Zenger out wide to Sage Thurgood. And Thurgood can't connect over on the far sideline, so it's just going to go out for the goal kick. Daisy Williams plays it close for Holbrook. And now Kate Holbrook coming up the pitch Playing it through. Sorensen was trying to get on the end of it. Throwing now for the Redhawks. Jensen looking for Kessler on the sideline. Nicely covered there by Bailey Brown. Kessler wins it back. Now trying to take it into the box. Played out by Cambria Smith. Smith who finds Green, and Green who just boots it out for the clearance. Throw-in coming up. Out of bounds once again. Another Bountiful Redhawk throw as Jensen looks to play it in to Kessler. Kessler trying to turn, nothing there. Jensen wins it back. Cross into the box. Green with the foot to boot it out. Thurgood gets a foot on it, and now Zenger will try to break it out to the wing as Sage Thurgood will chase, and Thurgood can't keep it in. Throw-in coming up for the Redhawks. But before that, we'll get some substitutions.
Brighton substitution number 11, Bella Dowdle.
As Bella Dowdle checks back in and replacing number 16, Elena Jacob. Throw in by the Redhawks. Overhead kick as it goes back out of bounds. Elise Kessler trying to turn and get the pass off. Waiting for support. Thurgood boots it away. Try to clear it out for the Brighton Bengals. And now Zenger looking for an outlet. Olivia Roberts cuts it out. Sydney Johnson wins it back. And then Holbrook just comes across to boot it away. Here comes Elise Kessler, floated through, looking for Sorensen. Smith off her line. And Mackenzie Smith maybe hesitated a little bit, but does enough to get off her line and come up with it and make sure Belle Sorensen doesn't get on the end of it. Hellowell back to Roberts. Winsler in the middle of the park, losing it out. Christensen wins it for the Bengals and then is brought down. Foul called. Free kick coming up for the Brighton Bengals. It's going to be Bailey Brown to take. Out wide in the direction of Sage Thurgood. Thurgood still with the ball, runs into a wall, and now Millie McFeeters plays it out. Brighton back in possession, looking to switch over play in the direction of Bella Dowdle. It's now a foot race as Dowdle trying to cut down Winsler. Oakley Jensen now playing it through. Jensen against Smith. Smith will just cover it and let it roll out of bounds and out for the goal kick. Heavy touch there from Oakley Jensen as that ball goes out of bounds. $12:50 left to go. And that ball won in the middle of the park by the Bengals. Given away now, Hellowell winning it back. Smith settling it for Christensen. Christensen up to Johnson. Johnson has options. Will play one now out wide in the direction of Shea Farrer. Farrer will play it up and will lose out possession. Winning it back is the Redhawks. Here comes Kessler. Green comes across to cut it out and boot it away for Brighton. It's now Shea Farrer. Settles it for Zenger. Oakley Zenger looking to play one through to Dowdle. Dowdle lets it bounce against Jensen. And nice defensive efforts from Bountiful to win it back. Here comes Winsler. That ball played out by Christensen, and it's going to be throw-in coming up for the Redhawks. Jensen to throw. Emmy Sorensen looking to play it through to Kessler. Elise Kessler could have gone on the end of it, but cleared out by the Brighton defense, but only momentarily as Hellawell teeing up a shot. And it goes out of bounds and out. Corner kick coming up. Nice defensive play from Brighton to make sure that Hellawell couldn't get the shot on target. And eventually goes out of bounds and out for that corner. Hellawell on the far side to take with 10:50 left to go in the first. The cross into the box, far post. Sorensen is there, can't get ahead on it. And now Dowdle will try to clear it. Dowdle against Jensen. Dowdle wins it back. Dowdle up the pitch. Looking for Zanger. And that ball will just go all the way back to Holbrook. Nice step defensively there from Green. Ferrer. Losing out possession is the Bengals. Here's Bell Sorensen. Winsler to Emmy Sorensen. Against Johnson. Out wide now to Jensen. Oakley Jensen with an opportunity to cross it into the box. Takes an awkward bounce over the bar and out. A close opportunity for the Bountiful Redhawk to take the lead. Takes an awkward bounce just in front of Mackenzie Smith's goal. And unfortunately just goes over the bar and out for the goal kick, but a close opportunity there for Bountiful. That ball played up and out. Takes another bounce, and now Johnson will bring it down. Looking to play it over the top to Dowdle. Dowdle in a foot race with Holbrook. Williams off her line, and Daisy Williams collects. Jensen will now push it up for Bountiful. That ball out wide to Sorensen. Here comes Bell Sorensen in possession, looking to play it into the middle, cut out by, it looks like that was Jacobs to cut it out. Out of bounds and out for the Brighton throw. Throwing coming up is Cambria Smith here on the near side to take. Another throw-in coming up. This time it's Cambria Smith. Again here on the near side. Looking for support. Playing it in towards the head of Dowdle. And now Jacobs plays it through. Back into Christensen. Filtered through, looking at the feet of Allen, and Allen can't reel it in. Intercepted, one back by the Redhawks. Here comes Kessler. To Micah Page. Page can't filter that ball through. One back by the Bengals. Here comes Jacobs. Jacobs looking in the direction once again of Dowdle, but Jensen will win that foot race. And now Jensen trying to play it out to Holbrook. Holbrook does a good job to keep it in. Kate Holbrook pushing up for Bountiful. Brown comes across to clear. Johnson doing a good job to win that ball back is Sydney Johnson. And giving away to Kessler. Here comes Page. Page plays one through to Kessler. Kessler taking the shot off of Brown. And that ball will go out of bounds and out for the Bountiful throw. Throwing coming up for the Bountiful Redhawks. With 6:47 left to go here in the first, still tied at 0-0. That ball played in. It's an opportunity here for Page, cleared out by Brighton. Nice move there from Holbrook. Holbrook still pushing up in the attack, and then cleared out by Brighton. The Bengals win possession with Christensen. That's to Allen. Allen looking for Dowdle. It's a foot race now between Dowdle and Jensen. Dowdle brings it down for Brighton. Back into the middle now for Jacob. And cut out by Winsler. Amazing defensive effort there from Winsler to win it back for Bountiful up the pitch. Cut out by Christensen. Jacob once again for Brighton. Back to Green. Green who will go wide to Sage Thurgood. Thurgood pushing up the pitch. Intercepted by McPherson. And now Jacob. Jacob looking to float one towards Dowdle. Dowdle brings it down, cleared by Holbrook. And now Winsler brings it down. Winsler looking to float one in over the top to Sorensen. Sorensen gets a good touch, but ball ends up behind her. And now Bountiful win it back. Hellowell, the shot. And saved by Mackenzie Smith. Bountiful faithful here at Zions Bank, not happy with the call. They wanted a foul, but nothing going there. And now Brian have an opportunity to come the other way. This is Nellie Brown who loses out possession, and the ball is out wide now to Page. Nice defensive effort there from Sage Thurgood. As that ball goes out of bounds and out, but we'll have a substitution coming up for the Brighton Bengals, as well as the Redhawks, as Ava Spinning checking in.
Ava Spinning.
Off comes Elise Kessler. Ball in now on the far side. One back by Bryan and then cleared out by Roberts. Brought down and looking to turn. Coming the other way now is the Redhawks. Here comes Winsler, who plays it to Jensen. Jensen near the top of the 18. Doesn't get the best of shots off on the ball. And it goes comfortably into the hands of Mackenzie Smith. Good opportunity from the fullback, Oakley Jensen. Making the run from deep. And here comes the throw-in coming up on the far side for the Redhawks, but Kessler checking in. Off comes Belle Sorensen for Bountiful. 2:45 left to go, and Sorensen will take a break. And the ball goes out of bounds again, and it's coming to be a free kick coming up for the Brighton Bengals. And that ball floated up to Holbrook. Out of bounds and out now. It's going to be a throw-in for the Bengals. Two minutes left to go here at Zions Bank Stadium in the first half. Still deadlocked at 0-0. We'll see if either team can find a breakthrough before the break with 2 minutes left. Or under 2 minutes. As that ball's filtered through, Dowdle trying to get on the end of it. Jensen does a good job to come across and just boot it out. Throw-in coming up. As Cambria Smith here on the near side to take. Brought down by Nellie Brown. Cleared out by Bountiful. Takes an awkward bounce as Brown gets her head away, and here comes Page. Micah Page with an opportunity against Green into Kessler. Kessler trying to get the shot off, waits for support. Page with the shot and can't put it on frame. Bountiful and Kessler with a good opportunity. The space that Kessler had inside the box quickly collapsed as the Brighton Bengals did a good job defensively to come down and close the space on Kessler. And then Page, who just couldn't get the right connection on the ball, can't put it on frame, out for the goal kick. And now here comes Bountiful again. And a bounce. We got 30 seconds left. And Brighton should take the throw. That ball's won back in the middle of the park by Hellowell. Christensen comes across to cut it out. Looking to find an outlet with Dowdle. Dowdle against Jensen and Holbrook. Dowdle wins it out. Jensen coming across out of nowhere to pickpocket Dowdle. Jacobs and Holbrook once again coming up huge defensively. That ball comes across and that should do it. It's been a good battle so far here in the 5A semifinals. Back and forth, end-to-end action. And we're level at 0-0 as neither team could find the breakthrough just yet, but good opportunities for both sides, good opportunities for both teams, and so we head to the break level with everything to play for in the second half. We're going to take a quick step away here on the Rewind Sports Network, as always presented by Heidemann & Associates. Stick with us for second half action when we return. Welcome back into the Rewind Sports Network on KSLSports.com, as always presented by Heidemann & Associates. Heidemann & Associates is a flat-rate law firm that is completely focused on you. Get a free consultation by calling 801-472-7742 or go to utah.law to find the office nearest you. Getting ready to start the second half here at Zions Bank Stadium, and we're tied at 0-0 between the Brighton Bengals and the Bountiful Redhawk. It's been a fun one so far here in the 5A semifinals, where the number 5 seed and the number 8 seed face off for a spot at the championship game on Friday. It was Brighton who started off things well. They had a good shot from Dowdle that forced Daisy Williams into the save. Brighton had a couple more opportunities before Bountiful really grew into the game. Bountiful had good opportunities before the end of the first half, but so far neither team able to break the deadlock. And so we have everything to play for here in the second half, as we're seconds away from getting things rolling back again at Zions Bank Stadium. We want to thank you for joining us here today on the Rewind Sports Network. As that ball is back in play and we're underway, second half. 5A, first game of the 5A semifinals. And Allen picking it off, winning it back for the Bengals. Green gets it to Brown. Brown out wide to Smith. Smith will play it up, looking for Johnson. Johnson cuts it back inside. Nice move there from Sidney Johnson, as that ball's filtered through, and it'll just roll out of bounds and out for the goal kick. Daisy Williams and the Redhawks will have a goal kick coming up. And if you're just joining us in that first half, it was nonstop end-to-end action. Brighton had some good opportunities. The most clear one coming from Dowdle in the first seconds of the match. Bountiful's had some good opportunities with Kessler and Mackenzie Smith coming up, making some good saves. The ball goes wide and one back by the Bengals. It's a foot race now between Roberts and Johnson. Roberts does a good job to get a foot on it, and it'll go out of bounds and out for the Bengals throw. Give an opportunity for Bountiful to get some numbers back. Smith will throw it in on the far side. Johnson brings it down. It's now Jacob. Jacob, the cross, booted away by Holbrook. And Thurgood lets that one roll as Sage Thurgood tries to play it upfield, looking for Christensen, brought down by Jensen. Nothing called there as Jensen comes up with possession. That ball booted up. And one back by the Bengals. Headed there from Allen, looking in the direction of Zenger. Now Oakley Zenger will chase it down. That ball will just trickle straight through to Daisy Williams. And it'll be booted away by Williams. Bengals winning it back in the middle of the park. Here's Jacobs. Puts it through to Johnson. Johnson out wide now to Smith. And one back by Bountiful. Brighton now, throw. Played into Allen. Allen looking across it into the box. Takes an awkward bounce right in between Holbrook and Jensen. But Daisy Williams off her line, and now Holbrook has a good opportunity to play it up. The center back coming up and trying to make something happen on the offensive end for Bountiful, but one back by Thurgood. And a nice step defensively there from Roberts. Kessler trying to bring it down. Out wide to Page. Page cuts back inside. Here comes Micah Page to Hellowell, who takes the shot. Big save by Smith. And Mackenzie Smith is forced into a save as Hellowell was all by herself. Puts the shot across the face of goal. And Mackenzie Smith comes up huge. Corner kick coming up. Set piece opportunity for the Redhawks. Kessler, the cross into the box. And played out by the Bengals. Brought down by Holbrook, who will go all the way back. Or excuse me, Roberts, who will go all the way back to Holbrook. Christensen trying to bring it down. Kate Holbrook comes across, makes a play, wins it back for Bountiful. Here comes Winsler. To Hellowell. Hellowell filtering it through, looking for Sorensen. But that ball played in behind and cleared out by Sage Thurgood. And another good opportunity for the Redhawks here on the throw-in. Kessler gets around one, can't get around two, and that ball will go out. But a foul called. Foul called against Elise Kessler, and so it's going to be a free kick coming up. And the Bengals can clear their lines. Smith boots it up, falls at the feet of Winsler, and he goes out of bounds and out for a Brighton throw. Thurgood here on the near side to throw it in. Settles it for Christensen. Christensen brings it down. Allen looking for Johnson. As that ball floats up and over. Brought down by Jacobs and then lost. Bountiful now trying to hit on a counterattack. Here comes Winsler. Winsler out wide to Sorensen. Sorensen trying to poke it through to Kessler. Tracked by Winsler. Sorensen looking to play up the wing to Jensen. But that ball will just go out for the throw. Sorensen now. Bell Sorensen looking to put one at the near post. Mackenzie Smith had to bat it down and then collect. She's facing right into the sun, so I imagine that sun played a little bit of a part in her having to bat it down to make the comfortable save. Here comes the Redhawks with Jensen. Can't get past Christensen. Bengals win possession back. Here comes Jacob. Jacob against Hellowell. Has to support herself with Bailey Brown. Brown, who will go wide now to Smith, and then one back by Hellowell. Hellowell trying to play one through. It's a foot race now as Green comes up. Kessler now using the press to win it back. And the ball goes out of bounds and out for the Bountiful throw. Still the Redhawks in possession. As that ball is brought down by Kessler. Singer winning it back for the Bengals. Allen settles it. Jacob in the middle of the park is fouled. And so it's going to be a free kick coming up for the Brighton Bengals. 32-6 left to go here in the second half. We're still tied at 0-0. As Bailey Brown will boot one in over the top. Holbrook is there with the header. And cleared out by Bountiful. Kessler can't win it. Johnson brings it down for Brighton. Here comes Johnson. Can't get around Millie McFeeters. And that ball goes out of bounds and out for the Brighton throw.
Brighton substitution, number 7, Nellie Brown.
Nellie Brown checking in for Brighton. Johnson trying to turn. That ball goes out for the Bengals throw-in as Nellie Brown gets a foot on it. Zanger gets a head on it. And then that ball will just peter out of bounds and out for the goal kick. Daisy Williams now has a chance to clear off the goal kick. Oh, she'll keep it short as Roberts will play it up. Winsler brings it down well, and Hellowell playing one over the top. Sorensen and Green in a foot race. Green gets a touch, and that ball goes out of bounds and out for the throw. Throwing high up the pitch for the Redhawks. Jensen to take here on the near side. Oakley Jensen will look to play one towards Sorensen. Coming across defensively well is Thurgood. That ball takes a deflection, goes out. And we'll have a corner kick here on the near side for the Bountiful Redhawks. Hellowell coming on the near side to take. A good opportunity off a set piece to see if the Redhawks can take the lead, find the breakthrough. We're almost halfway through the first. Near post. Somehow can't get a shot off and cleared out by Brighton. Jensen will track it down. Out wide now to Hellowell. Coco Hellowell with an opportunity as she looks to take it to the corner against Nellie Brown. Brown, the cross into the box. Near post. Smith off her line and collects well. Mackenzie Smith reading the game well. Coming off her line to make a save. And make sure that that cross is cut out. Ball won back by the Redhawks. And then Brighton end up with it. That ball out wide to Smith. Johnson tracking it down. And nicely won back by the Redhawks. And we'll say that that ball went out of bounds. And so with that ball going out of bounds, we're now going to have a throw-in coming up for the Brighton Bengals over on the far side. Just right in front of their bench. Nellie Brown taking it to the corner, brought down. Nice defensive play there from Holbrook, who just uses her physicality to make sure Nellie Brown couldn't get around her and then shields the ball off. Goal kick coming up for the Redhawks. Substitution as well coming up for the Redhawks as Ava Spinning checking back in. Off comes Elise Kessler for a breather. That ball over the top. Sorensen lets it bounce. Thurgood has to play it back to Green. Smith will boot this one away. Jensen trying to track it down, but they'll just roll out of bounds and out for the throw. Jensen throws it in off the head of Thurgood. And then Jensen again for the throw. Off the head of Micah Page. Bailey Brown gets a foot on it, trying to clear. Across the other way. One by Spinning. Here comes Sorensen. Out wide looking for Page. Nice defensive effort from the Bengals as Dowdle trying to win that one and eventually pushed out of bounds by Thurgood. And so we have substitution coming up again for the Bountiful Redhawks as Elise Kessler checking in. Off comes number 8, Sophie Winsler.
Good job, Soph.
26-25 left to go here in the second half. Jensen. It ends up to Page across the face of goal. Spinning is there, looking for the shot, and into the hands of Smith. And once again, Mackenzie Smith coming up big for the Brighton Bengals. Ava Spinning, who got around 2 defenders, gets the shot off, a little bit off balance, and forces Smith into the save. Dowdle now playing it through. Jacob trying to find Christensen, but that ball will just roll through. And Daisy Williams will collect. That ball takes a bounce over Spinning and cleared out by Smith. That ball nicely done by Page, looking for Kessler. As Brighton recover well defensively, but still Bountiful on the attack. Now booted out by the Bengals. Here comes Christensen, who brings it down. They're looking for an opportunity. Is Brighton taken down? A foul called as Emmy Sorensen comes across and makes a challenge. Foul called and a free kick coming up for the Brighton Bengals. Played quickly up the sideline now, no one there. As it looks like that was Smith on the far side who wasn't ready for that through ball. Now Bountiful can play it out off the goal kick. One back in the middle by Thurgood. Nellie Brown trying to connect back with Thurgood. Nellie wins it back in the middle of the park. Brown to Jacobs. Jacobs now with an opportunity for Brian, who will take a shot from distance. Williams is forced into the save. And Daisy Williams comes up. Still not cleared. And that ball goes out of bounds and out for the Brighton throw. How about Daisy Williams, the senior goalkeeper, coming across to make a big save for the Bountiful Redhawks. This one stays at 0-0. Brown with the press. That goes out of bounds and out. Throw in coming up for Brighton. Thurgood. Christensen brings it down. Holbrook is brought down and a foul called. And we might see a yellow come out as Holbrook seemed to lash out. And yes, it's going to be a red. Holbrook is done. Holbrook lashed out and appeared to stomp on Christensen after the play. Holbrook is done. Bountiful is down to 10.
Your attention, please. A red card has been assessed against number 6, Kate Holbrook.
Probably the most important defender for the Bountiful Redhawks has just been sent off. An unfortunate play and definitely not how you wanted to see this one go after such an entertaining semifinal. We're going to take a quick step away here on the Rewind Sports Network as Christensen is looked at by the trainers. And so we want to welcome you back into Zions Bank Stadium. An unfortunate situation as Kate Holbrook has been sent off. One of the top defenders on this Bountiful side. Bountiful will now play the rest of the match with 10. And definitely not how you wanted to see this one go. It's been such an entertaining matchup. Non-stop action. Both sides playing good football. And now Bountiful have to finish this one out, have to finish out the semifinals with a player down. Kessler winning it back. Brighton losing it out. Throw in coming up for the Redhawks. Brighton with possession on the far side with Brown. Now that ball back into play. One back by the Bengals. Up the pitch now. Here comes a pass looking for Dowdle. Cleared out. Here comes the Bengals again with Thurgood. The shot from distance into the hands of Daisy Williams safely. And Dowdle gets a foot on it. Will end up at Thurgood. Thurgood who will play it all the way back to Green. Green to Bailey Brown. Brown up the pitch to Jacobs. Jacobs has options. That ball filtered through. What a through ball in the direction of Shea Farrer. But unfortunately can't get on the end of it. And then it goes out of bounds and out for the goal kick. Jensen to Roberts. Brought down by Nellie Brown to Jacob. Here comes Jacob for the Bengals, taking a shot off of Roberts. Awkward deflection. Zanger is there. Williams off her line and collects well. And that ball now one back by the Bengals. And a foul called. This one against the Redhawks. Brighton ball with 20 minutes left to go here in the second half. Still deadlocked at 0-0, but Bountiful down a player, playing with 10 players at the moment due to the red card. Brighton with that advantage. That ball back now. It's into the feet of Bailey Brown. Wide to Smith. Smith up the sideline looking for Farrer. Spinning now, clears. Green. Smith. One back by Brighton. Takes a couple of bounces. Spinning now against Zanger. Off for lines is Williams, who makes the save. And a good save by Daisy Williams. To keep this one tied at 0-0. Bailey Brown comes across with a header. Dowdle trying to win that against Jensen. Jensen gets a header on it. Out for the Brighton throw. Bengal ball here on the near sideline, but first we'll have a substitution coming up for the Brighton Bengals.
Brighton substitution, number 17, Paige Christensen.
Christensen checking back in. Off comes Lucy Nelson. Christensen battling out against Kessler, who's brought down, and a foul called. Foul called against Kessler. Again, to the disappointment of the Bountiful faithful here on the near side. And now that ball goes out wide. Looking for Oakley Zanger. That ball unfortunately goes out of bounds and out for the goal kick. Bountiful will now play it out. Hellowell gets a header on it. Up to Kessler. And Smith boots it away for Brighton. Roberts doesn't get the best of touches on it. It'll go out of bounds and out for the Bengal throw here on the near side. And with 17:20 left to go, we'll see if either one of these teams can find the breakthrough. Hellowell getting a foot out to win it back. On the wing to Jensen. Jensen up the sideline trying to connect with Kessler. But unfortunately, too much on a out of bounds and out for the throw. Coming across to win it back is the Redhawks. Emmy Sorensen to Roberts. Out wide to Jensen. Here on the near side is Jensen. Sorensen. Nice step from Jacobs to win it back. Here comes Christensen. Zanger. Out wide to Farrer. Shy Farrer. Looking to float one in. Can't put it on frame, and it go out of bounds and out for the goal kick.
Brighton substitution, number 13, Jane Mellon.
That ball booted up the pitch. Kessler brings it down, settles it out wide for Page. Page has options. Now settles it to Winsler. Winsler out. What a ball from Hellowell. Jensen using her speed to get on the end of it. Inside the box, the shot over the bar. And out for the goal kick. Oakley Jensen, who came out of nowhere. Got on the end of it, but unfortunately can't keep it on frame. Out of bounds and out for the goal kick. This part of the match is brought to you by Igloo Outfitters. The coziest wearable sleeping bag has you covered during those chilly days and nights. Worry no more about the weather and watch your favorite team in the comfort of Igloo Outfitters. Go to igloooutfitters.com and enter Rewind for $20 off. Never miss the moments with Igloo Outfitters. Now ball won back by the Bengals. Jensen putting some pressure on it. Spinning, coming across to play it up for Bountiful. And now Ava Spinning gets a boot on it again. That ball still with the Bengals. Here comes Sorensen with the shot. Williams with the save. Spills and collects. Dowdle had the opportunity to put it into the back of the net. And Williams comes up with the save. Here comes the Redhawks with an opportunity to counter. Hallowell winning it in the middle of the park. Out to Jensen. Jensen. Winsler. No one there for the Redhawks. That ball won back by the Jacobs and the Bengals. Christensen now. Christensen bringing it up over the top in the direction of Oakley Zenger, but too much on the pass. That's going to go out of bounds and out for the goal kick. Here comes Olivia Roberts bringing it up. Nice pass out wide to Jensen, who can't keep it in bounds. Throw-in coming up for the Bengals. It's going to be Thurgood to take. Thurgood will throw it in. Finds Nellie Brown. Brought down by Page. Kessler now for Bountiful. Out to Page. Back to Kessler. Crunching tackle by Thurgood. And a free kick coming up for the Redhawks. And a dangerous opportunity to try to float one in, see if they can do something, even down a player. Spinning, just boots it up near the top of the box, only to find a Bengal. Spinning again, comes across, makes the play to clear it up. And now Brighton trying to win the ball back. Bountiful win it well. Page making a move. That ball will just trickle through into the hands of Mackenzie Smith. Played out. Brighton trying to put on an attack. But that ball is out of bounds and out. Belle Sorensen checking back in. It's going to be Elise Kessler heading to the bench for a breather. Lucy Nelson checking in for the Brighton Bengals.
Number 9, Belle Sorensen.
Out of bounds once again. Throw-in coming up for the Bengals. Over on the far side is Smith to take. Smith playing it in. Booted out by Spinning. And played out. London Green coming across to win it back for Brighton. Thurgood trying to keep it in bounds. Looking to play it up to Zenger. Zenger now putting the pressure on, wins it for Brighton up the pitch. Here comes Jacobs. Jacob with an opportunity as she gets past Jensen. Looking to cut it back. Taking it in, far post, looking for Allen. But Allen is offside. And that'll end the attack for Brighton with 10:30 left to go. Tied at 0-0. Everything to play for here in the last 10 minutes. Bountiful down to 10 players after that red card to Kate Holbrook. And overtime looming large. That ball goes out of bounds and out. Throw in coming up for the Bengals. Substitution for the Bengals prior to, as Sydney Johnson checking back in.
Number 3, Sydney Johnson.
Off is Oakley Zinger. Thurgood. Jensen gets ahead on it. Back to Thurgood. Looking to float one back towards the middle of the park, but one back by Bountiful and then booted away by the Bengals. McFeeters. Winsler. Nice press from Brian as they win it back. Jensen can't get around the defenders. And that ball booted. Up for Brighton. Bailey Brown looking to bring it down. Does, settles it. Given away. And here comes Bountiful. And nice step from Thurgood to win it back. Christensen. Christensen brought down by Emmy Sorensen. A foul committed by the freshman Sorensen, and we'll have a free kick coming up for Brighton. Kessler getting ready to check back in for Bountiful with 8:30 left to go here in the second half. Thurgood. That ball floated in. One back by Bountiful as Hellwell brings it down. Out wide in the direction of Page. Bailey Brown comes across to clear. And Brown once again gets a foot on it, but it'll land at Sorensen. Sorensen holding it up, waiting for support. As it goes out of bounds and out. Throw in coming up for Bountiful. Kessler checks in.
Bountiful substitution number 12.
Off comes Sorensen.
Elise Kessler.
And asking the head coach, Lou Plank and his staff. Over here having a conversation on the near side with Sorensen as Kessler checks back in. Here comes the ball up the pitch. Brighton recollects. Christensen trying to settle it and then lands back at Christensen. Hellwell does a good job to win it. Nothing there. Hellwell out with the shot is Winsler. Hellwell across to win it back for Bountiful. And it'll go out of bounds and out for the Brighton throw. And substitutions coming up for the Bengals.
Brighton substitution number 9, Oakley Zinger.
Oakley Zinger back in as it was Olivia Roberts who coming across with the head to try to play that one out. That ball takes a deflection, and Daisy Williams off her line to collect. Booted up and away. 6:09 left to go. Time running out. Page in a foot race against Thurgood. And Thurgood who will just play it out and avoid any danger. Throw-in coming up. Hellwell playing it quickly to Page. And out once again for another Bountiful throw. Towards the box, Kessler trying to get around her defender. Kessler coming in, gets a foot on it, ends up at Johnson, and Sydney Johnson can't keep it in bounds. Another throw-in coming up for the Bountiful Redhawks. Jensen here on the near side finds Kessler. Takes a heavy touch, can't bring it in, and now Bailey Brown will boot it away. Zenger to Christensen, out wide to Smith. Here comes Smith. Cambria Smith to Johnson. Sydney Johnson trying to get around Spinning, and a big defensive effort from Ava Spinning. That ball lands at the feet of Thurgood. 4:50 left. Cleared out by Roberts off the back of Thurgood and into the hands safely of Daisy Williams. Booted away by Williams. Time running out here at Zions Bank. Kessler gets a foot on it, but no one there. And it'll just trickle all the way back to Mackenzie Smith. Smith, who will kick it away. Once again out. And played up by Thurgood, who clears it away. That ball will just roll and peter out of bounds for the goal kick. 4 minutes left. Bountiful and Brighton both making substitutions. Sorensen back in. Hellowell heading to the bench for a breather. In is Nellie Brown on the far side for the Brighton Bengals. If Bountiful are able to find the breakthrough in the next 3:30, they'll book their ticket to the 5A championship match and have a chance at it again after last season. But unfortunately, they'll head to that championship match without Kate Holbrook, who was sent off. Brighton looking for the upset. Free kick coming up. Or excuse me, throwing coming up. As Thurgood will play it up. Roberts gets ahead on it. And that ball will be going out for another throw. Bengal ball. Thurgood plays it in. At the feet now of Nelson. Nelson out wide to Smith. Smith playing it in, back looking for Nelson. No one there. One back by Bountiful. Here comes Page for the Redhawks. That ball goes. Nice switch of play over to Jensen. Oakley Jensen now with an opportunity as she looks to play it into Kessler. Kessler trying to spin. Back to Kessler. Settles it for Page. Nice defensive effort. Sorensen trying to collect. Kessler's there. Still Bountiful and cleared out by the Bengals. 2:06 left to go.
Bountiful substitution, number 10, Coco Hellowell.
Coco Hellowell checking back in, this time for number 12, Elise Kessler. She heads to the bench for the breather. Jensen. Roberts gets a header on it. It's now Emmy Sorensen. Trying to win it back for Bountiful. Here comes Dowdle. Takes a heavy touch. Sorensen wins it back. Emmy Sorensen out wide to McFeeters. McFeeters to Winsler. Back to McFeeters. To Sorensen. To McFeeters. Nice little build-up play here from Bountiful. Let's see if they have it in them to find the breakthrough. Nice defensive effort there from Cambria Smith. And 1 minute left here at Zions Bank. Overtime looming large. Can Bountiful find a breakthrough here? That ball played in. Hellowell. Nice defensive effort from Bailey Brown to clear. Throw-in coming up for the Redhawks. Spinning to take. Into Sorensen. Sorensen can't play it back to Spinning. Throw-in coming up. 30 seconds left for Brighton. Ball played in. Brought down. And out of bounds and out. 15 seconds left on the clock. This could be the last chance for the Redhawks. Takes a bounce over Sorensen. Hellowell's there. Gets a header on it. Here comes Bell Sorensen. Can it be? And it'll go safely into the hands of Mackenzie Smith. And that'll do it.
At the end of regulation, no score.
We've reached the end of regulation. And so we'll have overtime here in the 5A semifinals at Zions Bank Stadium. Stick with us here on the Rewind Sports Network, as always, presented by Heinemann Associates, for overtime action when we return. Welcome back into Zions Bank Stadium. I'm Alex Napoles here on the Rewind Sports Network, as always, presented by Heinemann Associates. We're getting ready to start overtime in the first game of the 5A semifinals between the Bountiful Redhawks and the Brighton Bengals. It's been a fun one so far here, as the number 5 and the number 8 battling it out for a spot in the state championship match on Friday. Neither team able to find a breakthrough yet. And both teams having good opportunities, but about halfway, or a little bit before halfway through that second half, Kate Holbrook of the Bountiful Redhawks was sent off, got a red card. And so now Bountiful playing with a player less. And even down a player, Bountiful still playing some good football, still playing some good soccer. And Brian need to take advantage of having the advantage of the extra player. We'll see if they're able to do that here in overtime as we get ready to start the first half of OT. And we're underway again at Zions Bank Stadium as overtime starts. That ball into Nellie Brown. Brown out wide to Jacobs. Jacobs back to Brown. Brown looking to play it wide. Back to Brown. Thurgood. One back by Jensen. Nicely cut out by Oakley Jensen. And remember that we'll have 10 minutes of overtime. But the golden goal rule does apply. Next goal wins. If anyone can find the breakthrough, they'll book their spot in the 5A championship match. If we remain scoreless at the end of 10, we'll head to a second overtime. And in that second overtime, golden goal rule will still apply. If no score after 2 OTs, we'll head to the shootout and decide this one from the penalty spot. For now, the Brighton Bengals control possession. Ball played in, looking for Nellie Brown. Trips, loses her footing. As that ball goes out of bounds, out to Jensen. Ball played through. Bailey Brown coming across well defensively to clear. And Brown slow to get up after the play. Bailey Brown and London Green, the two center backs for Brighton today, have been fantastic, limiting Elise Kessler and Belle Sorensen to not many opportunities as that ball goes out of bounds and out for the goal kick. And now an opportunity for Brian to clear its lines. Smith will boot it away. That ball now for Dowdle. Ball filtered through. Shy Farrer is there. Farrer with the opportunity. The shot hits the backside netting. And that ball is out of bounds and out for the goal kick, but a nice opportunity from the freshman, Shy Farrer, and the Bengals. Brought down by Sorensen. Over the top to Maya Page. Micah Page couldn't get a foot on it, and now Smith looking to play it out. One back by Page and cleared out by the Bengals. Takes a deflection off of the Bengals, and so here comes the throw in for the Redhawks. Again, that ball goes out of bounds and out. Throw in coming up for Bountiful. Page brings it down, finds Sorensen. Emmy Sorensen looking to play in the direction of her strikers, and now here comes spinning. Ava spinning to Olivia Roberts. To Winsler, cuts it back inside. Winsler waiting for support, finds Hellowell. Coco Hellowell with an opportunity here for the Bountiful Redhawks. Hellowell still on possession and given away. Recovered by Bountiful. Winsler to Sorensen, who will try it. Takes a deflection. Belle Sorensen was there. And now a corner kick coming up for the Bountiful Redhawks. Bountiful here with an opportunity. Off the set piece, off the corner to try to find the breakthrough and get that golden goal near post. Takes a bounce in front of goal, cleared out. Still Bountiful as Jensen pokes it out to McFeeters. And then one back by Shy Farrer. Jacobs trying to get around, spinning, does so. Jacobs now waiting for support. Ball floated over. Jensen looking to bring it down. Bountiful win it back. And intercepted by Brighton in the middle of the park. Here comes Zenger. Oakley Zenger trying to connect with Shy Farrer. And that one will go out of bounds and out for the goal kick. Booted away. Jensen comes across to clear. And a throw-in coming up. Prior to substitutions for both sides as Sydney Johnson checking in, as well as Elise Kessler checking in for Belle Sorensen.
Into the Brighton lineup, number 3, Sydney Johnson.
That ball now in the middle of the park for Jacobs. Jacobs taking it towards the top of the 18. Jacobs will take it from distance. And nothing going there. It'll go out of bounds and out for the goal kick. Daisy Williams seemed to have that one covered. Out of bounds and out. Bountiful winning it back. Coco Hellowell booting it up. And will land into the hands safely of Mackenzie Smith. Punted away by Smith. Page. Brian win it back. Spinning comes across. As Ava spinning does a good job to win it. And then Sydney Johnson coming out to win it. That ball filtered through in the direction of Dowdle. And it goes out of bounds and out. Throw-in coming up for the Brighton Bengals. 2:30 left to go here in OT. That ball Lands at the feet of Christensen. To Zenger. To Johnson, losing out possession once again as the Bengals winning it high with the pitch is Johnson. And now here comes Bountiful with Hallowell. Looks to float one into Kessler. It's a foot race. And Mackenzie Smith off her line well to clear. Winsler trying to bring it down. Handball called. And a free kick coming up for the Bountiful Redhawks with 1:38 left to go here in OT. Still no goal, still no golden goal for either side. This could be a good chance for the Redhawks as Sorensen will float one in and it'll go out of bounds and out for the goal kick. Goal kick coming up for Smith. Plays it close to Cambria Smith. Out of bounds for the Red Hawk throw. Millie McFeeters. Hellowell playing it into Emmy Sorensen. Kessler can't turn, brought down. Kessler trying to get back on her feet and cleared out by the Brighton Bengals. Only to be one back. Here comes McFeeters. Hallowell. And that one will trickle all the way back to Roberts. Sorensen. Nicely cut out by Jacobs. And here comes an opportunity for Bryan. Brought down and a foul called. 12 seconds left. I don't know if they'll have time to get it off.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
And they won't give him the chance as overtime ends. And so we're heading to another overtime. 10 minutes before we head to the drama of the penalty spot. We're going to take a quick step away here on the Rewind Sports Network, as always, presented by Heidemann Associates. Stick with us for second overtime when we return. And welcome back into the Rewind Sports Network on KSLSports.com, as always, presented by Heidemann Associates. Look, these two teams couldn't be separated after 40. The first 40, they couldn't be separated after another 40. They couldn't be separated after 10 minutes of overtime. And so now we're heading to a second overtime with the score still tied at 0-0. I'm Alex Napolis, happy to be bringing you all the action from the 5A semifinals here at Zions Bank Stadium. Once again, we're getting ready to start the second OT. If you're just joining us, keep in mind that Bountiful are playing with a player down. Kate Holbrook was sent off halfway through the second half. And since then, the Bountiful Redhawk have been playing with one less on the field. And it's going to be Brian to get us started off here in second OT. And we're underway. We have another 10 minutes to see who's going to make it to the 5A state championship match. That ball filtered through. Dowdle takes a heavy touch, cleared out, and nothing there. Ball coming the other way as Thurgood gets a foot on it. Out wide to Jensen. Jensen plays it up, looking for Kessler. Kessler brings it down. Page can't track. And that ball will go out of bounds and out for the throw. Jensen gets a nice boot on it. That ball played over the top. Looking for Farrer. Johnson with an overhead kick. Jensen now look to play it out. Collected by Page. Nice little turn here from Sorensen. Looking to play one over the top. And it'll just go trickle back safely into the feet and hands of Mackenzie Smith. Brighton will look to play it up and out. To Jensen. Oakley Jensen will now push it up for the Redhawks. Cleared out by Brighton. Tracking it is Olivia Roberts. Dowdle does a good job to play it up the sideline. Keeps it in bounds is Oakley Zanger. And cleared out by Bountiful. Bailey Brown steps up. One back by Page. Page for the Redhawks. Here comes Page. Nicely cut out by Thurgood. And now Dowdle in a foot race trying to win it back. Cleared out by Roberts. Hellowell through to Kessler. Kessler against three. Bailey Brown coming up again defensively for the Bengals. Page looking to cross it into the box. And now Jensen. Out to Page. Looking for a cross again. It's Page. To Jensen. Nicely cut out by the Bengals. Here comes Brighton with Jacob. Out wide to Johnson. Johnson now trying to play it back in. Johnson took him down. Play on, says the ref. Hellowell. Play on, says the ref after Hellowell goes down. Kessler trying to win it back. Off, takes the deflection off of Kessler. Kessler still inside the box. And a foul called. Foul called, and we'll have a stoppage in play. And so Sydney Johnson will go into the book and will receive a yellow card.
Your attention, please. A yellow card has been assessed against number 3, Sydney Johnson of Brighton.
Johnson will now head to the sideline after the yellow.
By number 7, Nellie Brown.
Nellie Brown checking in. This game is gone physical here in this second OT. And now Dowdle coming out.
Brighton substitution, number 2, Lucy Nelson. Replacing
Free kick coming up for Bountiful. Or excuse me, for Brighton. As Mackenzie Smith will look to play it out. That ball booted up. Nellie Brown gets a header on it. Thurgood. Nellie Brown gets a toe on it, but it goes out of bounds, and now it's going to be a Bountiful throw in. Brought down by Thurgood. Trying to play it through to Singer. Singer looking for options, waiting for support. That ball filtered through to Thurgood. Spinning, who comes across to defend and shield, and does a good job of that. That ball out of bounds and out for the goal kick. Playing up now is Bountiful as Zinger trying to get on the end of that one. Roberts looking to clear. And now Winsler playing it back to Sorensen. Emmy Sorensen Losing out possession. Zenger winning it back. Oakley Zenger now trying to chase it down and give an opportunity for the Brighton Bengals to see if they can find the breakthrough here. The cross into the box. Nellie Brown is there. Nice defensive read from Roberts. The shot. And it's out of bounds and out for the goal kick. Olivia Roberts doing a good job defensively for Bountiful. Goal kick coming up.
Brighton substitution number 13, Jane Allen.
Jane Allen back in for the Bengals. And that ball goes out. And a foul called. This one will go against Brighton. One back by the Bengals. Here comes Allen. Allen plays one through to Zinger. Williams off her line and averts the danger. One in the middle by Brighton. 3:40 left to go. We're still tied at 0-0. Looking for that golden goal. Jensen trying to get around Thurgood. Kessler and Green now chasing it down. Comes off of Brighton. Throwing coming up for Bountiful. Hellowell to Jensen. Christensen comes across. Out of bounds and out for the corner. Corner kick coming up for Bountiful. Hellowell the cross into the box. Near the top of the box. And it'll just flow through as Brighton trying to recover possession. Kessler gets a toe on it. Out of bounds and out for the Bengal throw. 2:45 left to go. Still waiting for the golden goal. We may head to the drama of the penalty spot here at Zions Bank. That ball floated through, up and over. It's a foot race now as Thurgood trying to play it out. She does. Doesn't let Micah Page get on the end of it. Throw-in coming up for the Redhawks. Hellowell out now to Page. Cross into the box. Takes the deflection. And it's going to go out for the clearance. And now Brighton will clear again. 1:50 left to go. Out wide for the Redhawks. That ball will just roll out of bounds and out for the goal kick. Or excuse me, for the throw-in. 1:30 left. One by the Bengals. Brown. Nellie Brown couldn't bring it down. Out wide to Thurgood. Thurgood to Christensen. Christensen waiting for support. Thurgood has options. Back to Thurgood. Opportunity here for the Bengals. The cross into the hands of Daisy Williams. And there's 50 seconds left. In the last round, Bountiful and Springville tied at 3-3. They ended up going to penalties. And now it looks like the Redhawks might be set up for another shootout in the 5A playoffs. Unless Brighton has something to say about it here. Here comes the Bengals. Nicely won by the Redhawks. Coming the other way, 25 seconds left. Booted up the pitch. Spinning gets ahead on it. 13 seconds.
10,
Zenger
9, 8, 7,
out wide.
6,
Chasing it down is
4,
Jacob.
3, 2, 1.
And that'll do it.
0.
We played 40.
At the end of the second overtime,
They couldn't be separated. We played another 40. They could not be separated. And after 2 periods of overtime,
coin toss for the
we're still level
pitch that they will try out on the goal.
at 0-0.
And who will shoot first?
We're heading to the shootout. We're heading to the penalty spot.
Shooters to begin with.
The drama, the intrigue, and the suspense have led up to this moment. The teams could not be separated in regulation. The teams could not be separated in overtime, and so we head to 12 yards out to define who will book their ticket to the 5A state championship match. The number 5 Bountiful Redhawks and the number 8 Brighton Bengals played a fantastic match, back and forth, end-to-end, nonstop action. Both teams had good opportunities, but Daisy Williams and Mackenzie Smith came up huge time and time again for both sides. And so now we'll see who from the spot will come up big. Will it be Mackenzie Smith for the Bengals, or will it be Daisy Williams for the Bountiful Redhawks? Still waiting to figure out what side will be shooting and what side will be which side will be shooting and who will be shooting first. The penalty shootout here in the first game of the 5A semifinals. And it looks like we'll be shooting at the south goal. Daisy Williams begins to head over there. And we'll see who steps up first. Statistics in the shootout typically love the team who goes first. And the first penalty, as you know, is the most crucial in the shootout. I gotta say, we gotta give credit to that Bountiful Redhawks side. They have played since about halfway through the second half, down a player after Kate Holbrook was sent off. And they've been able to hold on well and force the shootout.
For Bountiful, number 1, Daisy Williams. And for Brighton, number 1, Mackenzie Smith.
And so, over here on the south side of Zions Bank Stadium, it will be the Bountiful Redhawks who will take the first shot.
Kicks from the mark for Bountiful.
And it's going to be Micah Page to step up first to try to give the Redhawks the lead here in the shootout. Page against Smith. From 12 yards out, Smith steps up and buries it. 1-0 in the shootout. Bountiful lead. And now the Bengals stepping up to the spot to respond. Nicely done penalty there by Micah Page. And now it looks like that's Oakley Zenger stepping up to respond for the Redhawks.
Number 9, Oakley Zenger.
Zenger to tie things up in the shootout. From 12 yards out against Daisy Williams. steps up, the shot, buries it into the corner, 1-1 in the shootout. Nicely taken penalty by Oakley Zanger. And now here comes Bell Sorensen.
Number 9, Bell Sorensen.
If memory serves me right, Sorensen did not convert in that fateful 5A game last season against Skyline. Here comes Sorensen. The shot, it's in! 2-1! Redemption for Sorensen. And the Redhawks take the lead, 2-1 in the shootout. And an opportunity for Brighton to respond. That's going to be number 8, Bailey Brown.
Shooter for Brighton. Number 8, Bailey Brown.
Heading to the spot to take. Bailey Brown from 12 yards out against Williams to try to put this one level in the shootout. Brown. Bailey Brown steps up, puts it into the bottom corner, 2-2 in the shootout.
Brighton 2, Bountiful 2.
Step up is Coco Hellowell, the senior Red Hawk.
Number 10, Coco Hellowell.
And an opportunity again for the Redhawks to take the lead here in the shootout. Hellowell puts it in. Mackenzie Smith guesses the right way. I think just barely got a fingertip on it. And Hellowell's penalty ends up in the back of the net. 3-2. Red Hawk lead. And once again, the opportunity for the Bengals to respond. It's going to be, it looks like that's number 15, Sage Thurmgood.
Third shooter for Brighton, number 15.
Thurgood against Williams. The shot, it's in. Bottom corner again. And we're tied at 3. 3-3 in the shootout.
For Bountiful, number 27, Emmy Sorensen.
Emmy Sorensen stepping up, the freshman, to take for the Redhawks. We'll see how the freshman does under the pressure. Sorensen steps up, puts it into the back of the net, and the Redhawks take the lead once more, 4-3 in the shootout. Brighton now need the response. It's going to be Paige Christensen to step up and take. Christensen against Williams.
Number 17, Paige Christensen.
Christensen to tie it up. The whistle blows. And off the post! Paige Christensen blasts it off the post. And so step up, Oakley Jensen.
Number 35, Oakley Jensen.
Oakley Jensen now has an opportunity to put the Redhawks into the state championship game. The senior from 12 yards out against Mackenzie Smith. Jensen, silence at Zions Bank, the shot, it's in! And the Redhawks have done it! Bountiful, the number 5, is back, and they're heading to the state championship game once again, looking for redemption, looking for their opportunity to take the crown. Heartbreak in the shootout from the Brighton Bengals. But Bountiful have done it again for back-to-back consecutive years. They're heading to the 5A state championship match. And they'll be looking to hold up that crown on Friday. An intense match that ended with 10 players for Bountiful, but nonetheless, they're able to pull through in the shootout. The final score in penalties, 5 Bountiful, Brighton 3. That's going to do it for us here on the Rewind Sports Network on KSLSports.com. Make sure to stick with us because we have Maple Mountain against the Olympus Titans coming up next as Bountiful awaits their opponent for the 5A state championship match. From Bill Francis on the camera, I'm Alex Napolis, and from the entire Rewind Sports family, we thank you for watching. Don't go anywhere. More 5A semifinal action next here on the Rewind Sports Network.